welcome to this week's Horse Racing Ireland's 5 to Follow. We have 3 meetings ahead of us this weekend. We have Fairyhouse on Saturday, the Curragh and Limerick on Sunday. So Martin, you had 3 seconds last weekend.
Yeah, no, look, Fred, Sarah, no winners again, but I suppose 3 seconds was better than nothing.
Yeah.
Another horse fell at the second last, probably may not have won anyway, might have been second as well. Hopefully though, this weekend we might do a little bit better. A lot of good races to look forward to here.
Definitely.
And in England of course as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick us off then at Fairyhouse tomorrow, all national card, first race at 2:10, and the one I'm looking at here is in the 4:20 race to become a member 2014 handicap hurdle. It's trained by Charles O'Brien, a horse that won at Navan a couple of weeks ago called Fantasy King. This is first race, first run in the handicap. He's got a mark of 110 after winning well at Navan last time. That was a good effort, I thought. Andrew McNamara rode him on that occasion and he takes the mount again. He gave him, deliberately held him up as late as possible and arrived at the last hurdle. I think that's the key to him really, deliver his challenge as late as possible, and maybe he'll do it. He loves the fast ground. He's got a couple of rivals there that would have to be respectful of. Top spin in particular of Colin Murphy's ran well last time at Navan when he was third, and Hold'em Cowboy of Gordon Elliott's was second last week at Gordon. So an interesting race. It should be a decent price, I think, this Fantasy King around 4 or 5 to 1. I think he has a really good chance in his first run in a handicap, and he's our first selection this week. And then of course we have good racing at the Curragh, and you're going to start us off there with the second race in the card on Sunday.
I am, yeah. It's the 225, the Staffordstown Stud Stakes. It's a listed race. There's, it's only a small field of 6 runners, but there are, some competitive runners in it. Dazzling Aidan O'Brien's won its maiden back in September at the Curragh, and we've also got Leafy Suburb and Intense Light both trained by Jim Bolger and both making their debut, which is quite interesting. Obviously, he thinks quite a bit of them that they're going in listed races, Yeah. But I'm going to go with Johnny Marsh's Chicago Girl. He trains and rides her now. She does look a bit of a tricky customer. She does tend to swish her tail a lot. She's been second on her last 3 outings, but the last run she was second to the John Ox trained my Tatania at the Curragh, only beaten half a length. So I think there is definitely a win in her, and with the small field it should suit her, not having too many horses around her.
Well, that's certainly John Ox's filly is very well regarded for next year. Hopefully will be a classic prospect. So I think Chicago Girl is the obvious choice here, and hopefully if she can just put her head in front for once, will do us a favour here. I think she has a good chance.
Johnny on her as well. She's the right jockey on her. So
well, now that you mentioned Johnny, the third selection I have is actually ridden by Johnny Murta as well. And it's in the third race, the 255, the Waterford Testimonial Stakes over 6 furlongs. Now the big name horse here is Christopher Colombo, trained by Aidan O'Brien. He bounced back to win in Wales last time when winning Dundalk in a lesser grade. Now he did well to win over 6 furlongs. He had run the English Guineas before that, way back in May. He didn't get the trip. He looks like he'll be a favourite here on Sunday, but I do think this Ballamount Mast, trained by Edward Lynham, ridden by Johnny Murta, is worth taking him on with. Now he's got drawn stall 2, which isn't great really, he's on the outside, so we'll prefer a better draw, but I think Ballamount Mast will be, represent good each way value. He was a fair horse early on in the winter time in Dubai. He improved an awful lot over there, and he also won at Dundalk last year a couple of times. He likes to go ground, which will be the case on Sunday. Didn't run so badly last time when he was 5th behind Russian Soul in a good race at the Curragh, and I think this over 6 furlongs he's even going to be treated better, and I just think he might be a bit of value to beat the likely favourite Christopher Colombo. Also Jim Bulger's Letter Moore is worth to mention too, but I do think Balmain Mass has a really good chance in this, and it could be another one for Johnny Murta. And then just move on to the 4th selection. Well, that one, the races so far have been fairly small fields. This one is a huge field here, the Tote Trifecta Irish Cesarewitch, a really long standing race in Irish racing, over 2 miles, 30 runners here, so certainly
you're doing well now.
Doing well to get this one. It would have been very easy to ignore it, but I don't think we can.
No, absolutely not.
It's the feature race, 60,000 to the winner. Wide open contest as you might expect. The likely favourite here is Jessica Harrington's Weather Watch, ridden by Conor King, of course, the apprentice champion, and this one has been very, very good form of late. He loved to step up to 2 miles, but I'm just going to oppose him with a horse trained by Harry Rogers called Giant's Quest. Now Giant's Quest actually won a similar race at Leopardstown in August with Pat Smullen on board. He's only up £6 for that, and since then he's won quite well at Ballystown over hurdles. He likes to go ground, so any rain overnight wouldn't be to to his advantage at all. And I think, with Danny Grant on board, he's got a really good each-way chance around 8 or 10 to 1. There's others, obviously, with chances. Dermot Wells, Truth Will Set You Free is definitely one to keep an eye on. Magenta for Kevin Pendergast, and maybe Clarabella from John Kiley could all go well. But for me, Giants Quest each way is the way I'll be going anyway, and hopefully he'll give us a good one around 10 to 1. And then, of course, we have great racing at Limerick there, and you're going to have a look at the big race there, the Munster National.
Absolutely, yeah. It's off at 450, worth a huge 100,000. It's a really competitive race again, as you'd expect. There's some really competitive horses in it, shot from the hip. Obviously, Tony McCoy's actually coming over to ride him, which is really interesting. Also, Colbert Station, Ted Walsh is winner of the Paddy Power Chase at Leopardstown last Christmas. Another one that I like as well is Moorhead, and was contemplating selecting him. He's he's very consistent in Old Mead trains. And he's been placed in a lot of big chases through the season, including he was third in the Kerry National, and he also won this race a couple of seasons ago, 2011 I think it was.
That's right.
But I'm going to go with the Martin Brazel trained 777. A JP horse as well, but Mark Walsh rides him again. He's won his last 3 chases. They've all been at Kilbeggan. One of them was the Midlands National back in July. So we know that he does love the ground, and obviously the trip from the National shows he does stay. He's obviously in great form. And I know, obviously, JP is going to be keen to win this race with the weekend. Exactly. So,
well, hopefully he'll go well. He's certainly a much improved horse, and the good ground forecast on Sunday will certainly suit him.
Yeah, and he should be a good enough price as well. With Tony McCoy riding the other selection, shot from the hip.
Yeah, and also that wraps up our racing in Ireland. Of course, we've very good racing in England as well at Newmarket.
Yeah, we've a few of Aidan O'Brien's running over there.
We have indeed a lot of Irish chances in the Dewhurst Stakes. Of course, the big Group 1 race for 2 rows. War Command certainly will start favourite in this one. I think he's a very good chance for Aidan O'Brien. And also in the Middle Park Stakes, he has Great White Eagle, who has won his 2 races in very good style. He's obviously got a sound chance. And then, of course, in the big English Cesarewitch with 35 runners in that one, we have a good chance of an Irish win here with Domination, trained by Charles Burns and the Mount of Fran Berry. So lots of Irish challengers tomorrow in what is a cracking card at Newmarket. Yes. And of course, then we have next week then, Sarah?
Yeah, and just in relation then to next week's racing, just to talk about Limerick on Monday. I'm sure everybody knows about it, the charity race day that they're holding. It's going to be a huge day. It's only €10 in as well, and if anyone has any interest in racing at all, there's going to be huge names there. All the top jockeys coming over from England as well.
Well, yeah, Limerick have done a fantastic job in attracting these top riders. You have the likes of Kieran Fallon, the Flat, Jamie Spencer, also the likes of Tony McCoy and Richard Johnson, and they're going to take part. There's a jump jockeys challenge between the top Irish 25 jockeys and 5 English jockeys then as well in 5 of the races. And then we have a special Champions Day race where you have Jamie Spencer, like Kieran Fallon, Pat Smullen, Johnny Murta, all the top riders as well, and that will be riding in a special flat race. So that's over 1.3 miles. So lots to look forward to there. Only €10 admission. Everybody, if they can at all, should contribute something towards it.
Absolutely.
It's been a big success so far, and hopefully we're looking forward to what should be a great day. It is, of course, in the aid of the Jockeys Emergency Fund for JT McNamara and of course John Joe Bright as well. So hopefully it all goes well there. It's a great initiative, and let's hope everything goes very well for them.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great day down in Limerick.
Absolutely.
So then next weekend we have Cork on Saturday and Cork and Naas on Sunday, and also it's Champions Day at Ascot next weekend as well. Yeah,
that's right. Declaration of War will probably head the Irish Challenge there, and that's a good race to look forward to. No Frankel this year, of course, he's retired, but certainly lots to look forward to there. So hopefully we'll have a great weekend and great week of racing. Absolutely.
So if you'd like any more information on the racing available this weekend, you can go to goracing.ie, and also just to mention that there is a charity auction on the Limerick Charity Race Day.ie website. So have a look at that. There's some really good items on that.
That's right.
So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Go Racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.